Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Secret Hitchcock. It's a new movie podcast, and it's the only movie podcast where one of us hasn't seen the movie. The basic idea of this show is we're gonna... The four of us, or the extended party, does not really watch movies. Like, the last movie I ever watched in theaters was the new Mission Impossible, and, I don't really watch that many movies, so we took it upon ourselves to get a big list of movies we hadn't seen that were classics, interesting, or new movies that we were interested in, and we compiled them, and we decided, let's work through our backlog. Except, one person in the call, they did not work through their backlog. They did not watch the movie of the episode, and instead, they got the option of looking at Letterboxd, and they will have to interpret the movie's plot, themes, and characters, and all that through the lens of people trying to be funny online. So, with that in mind, this week we watched Psycho, and you can play along and try and spot the imposter. We will take a vote at the end of the episode, and if the imposter wins, they get to pick the next movie. And I think that's about it, so everybody, introduce yourselves. I am Slarv.
I'm Manthor. Hi.
Hi, I'm Kinzie.
What's up? I'm Smash. I do have a question, though, real quick.
What?
Was the imposter supposed to know the title?
Yes. That sounds like something the imposter would say.
Okay, everybody execute Smash right now.
And no, hear me out. You said that, like, out to a
How
group
the
of
hell
all
is
four
the
of us.
imposter? How the hell is the imposter supposed to go to the Letterboxd
If they don't know the movie.
Letterboxd page for the movie if they don't know what the movie is?
I thought there was... I didn't know what the person who didn't see it was, like, not supposed to do, and, like, I really thought it was just watch the movie or don't watch the movie, and then, like, if you're real good, you'll be able to pick up on cues.
Well, I mean, I guess if you are the imposter, then you're playing on hard mode, because you were supposed to get 30 minutes of Letterboxd, but,
See, I don't know if this is like a double... this
I
could
don't
be
know if this is bait,
Yeah, it could be bait.
There's nothing that's off limits to the imposter or the people trying to suss them out. We can bait them however we feel. I had a
well, the imposter's having a great time, whoever they are, because
I had a strategy.
I look so fucking suspicious now.
I had a strategy that I thought of where I would have like a really, really long anecdote about somebody behind me jacking off in the movie theater, but
if you somehow had an anecdote about somebody watching Psycho in a theater with you, like
Psycho in a theater in 2025 and jacking off the whole time.
Okay,
maybe you're just a vampire.
You say that, but like there is actually a theater near me that like does reruns of old shows from like the 80s and 90s.
Oh my god, you're the guy jacking off at the theater?
It was me, yeah, just something.
Because there's no fucking movies coming out.
Something about a guy like that.
I can only get off to Psycho 1960.
Chocolate syrup.
So I think that my friend group, and just kind of my generation in general, if you're either really into movies, or you watch, like, no movies. And I don't watch, like, any movies.
I watch a movie when
I feel like
fancy strikes. I feel like it's difficult to want to watch movies nowadays because the theater experience is just kind of miserable.
Yeah. The theater experience is miserable, and streaming services are like a bubble that's currently popping.
Yeah.
So it is just... It's like, there's that Northern Lion bit where everybody around the water cooler watched The Sopranos last night, and you could all talk about that, but it's like, hey, did you watch Weapons? No, I didn't watch Weapons. Have you seen Green Book? No, I didn't watch Green Book. It's not on Hulu, and I only have Hulu. Did you watch The Mandalorian? And it's like that. Nobody watches the same movie.
This is a way to kind of ensure a bunch of people watch the same movies.
We're claiming birthright. It's a God-given right in the Constitution that you can talk about a movie that is maybe even just okay, and you can have a joke that you've been workshopping in the shower for like 6 days at this point, and you can throw it at them, and they will understand the joke without you having to explain it. For instance, isn't it crazy that at the end of Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock, he predicted the discourse and made sure to say, like, it's not a trans thing.
Yeah,
he had a character that's never been in the movie before. Just say, this isn't a trans thing, and that's his only role. And then the movie ends.
My favorite part of the movie was when the psychologist came out to explain what was happening and then left.
Yeah, I think they should do that for more movies. I think they should have done that in, like, the fucking Revenge of the Sith.
I think that should be a staple of every movie nowadays, because fucking nobody seems to really pick up on, like, the exact same actor. I would actually love to see him make a return in a completely unrelated movie where he just breaks down the entire villain's, like, psychology in the worst manner possible. Like,
when you said the fucking same actor, I was thinking, like, Norman Bates comes out and says, "Hey, everybody, Norman Bates is a crazy character, but we have to really understand," and just like a PSA at the end of the movie to make sure that nobody makes fonk edits of the character.
At the end of every movie, they specify that it's not a trans thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the fucking new Conjuring movie, they should have had, like, the mirror demon come out and say, "Hey, guys, I just want to make sure that not every ghost acts like this. We don't want to be pushing around harmful ghost stereotypes, alright?"
You have, like, the actor come out to try and prevent fonk edits of the... I did look up Norman Bates Sigma edit, and there are a lot of them. Which is crazy.
I'm not surprised. I remember when the Norman Bates, like, Bates Motel show was coming out, and everybody really wanted to fuck the actor that played Norman Bates for whatever reason.
Well, God, Norman Bates in this movie, I didn't watch any other Norman Psycho Bates material. No, I have an anecdote to get us back to the start of the movie.
Yeah. Let's get
I've been sitting on this one. Right. Let's get back to the start. When I went to the Internet Archive, I went to Psycho 1960. I started it up. And it's like 3 minutes of credits, and it's like, okay, whatever.
Right.
And then it starts on a drone shot. And I was like, what the fuck? This is a drone shot in, like, 1960? That's, I mean, I knew Hitchcock was, like, a good director, but holy moly, that's ahead of its time. And,
I think they used crayons?
No, it was very distinctly a drone shot, and then it was also in color, which was crazy, because I always thought that Psycho was a black and white movie. And
no, I know what this is.
Let me finish.
I know what this is.
I went to Psycho 1960, and then it says, over the drone shot, Phoenix, Arizona, 1993. I fucking looked at the comments, and it says, this is not the 1960 version, this is the remake. I was like, oh, that makes sense why I was, like, looking at the actors in the opening credits and being like, Danny Elfman worked on a movie in 1960? How fucking old is that guy?
I know about the Psycho remake. It's a shot-for-shot remake, apparently. And, like, why would you do that?
The drone was shot for shot. Are you sure?
Other than the drone. Well, it's all of the beats of the movie were shot for shot, right?
Okay, alright. So
my notes app, which I took notes during the watching, which I watched it on my phone, so this was kind of annoying, and I don't have as many notes as I would have liked. We gotta get that Plex account set up, so I can watch it on my PS5. My first note, how fucking old is Danny Elfman? My second note, all caps, this isn't Psycho.
I really like the implication you were going to open this up talking about how Danny Elfman's apparently like a fucking vampire.
I fucking like... I thought of him as like the Tim... I thought of him as like the Tim Burton guy. He does movies for Tim Burton's movies. He did Nightmare Before Christmas. You tell him he's like 90 years old?
Are you saying Nightmare Before Elfman?
Fucking
Danny Elfman's in the back jerking off when he ejaculates. He says, Mom, what have you done?
Danny Elfman met Tim Burton in the early 40s, and Tim Burton said, "Yes, I will use you for my dark machinations. You will be in every movie I make."
Yeah, he's 72.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say dark macaroni.
Yes, you make me my dark macaroni.
The antipasta, if you will.
I have a thing to say. I have a thing to say about the start of the movie, like the podcast topic.
Yeah.
So the movie came out in 1960, right? And that's like, I don't think that was like the peak of the Hays Code, but that was like, I'm pretty sure the Hays Code was still in effect. And apparently,
because they didn't have drones back then, they had to get the camera held by carrier pigeons.
Yeah, there was a very talented carrier pigeon working as the cameraman.
The boobs at the start of the movie, they caused controversy.
Yeah. So the movie starts with like, oh, the lead lady is in an unmarried relationship with a man, and that was like a massive fucking controversy at the time. Apparently, there were a lot of controversies with this movie that just sound ridiculous now.
I did see that the Hays Code censors tried to get the movie shut down for showing the first toilet flushing in a feature film, where you could see the contents of the toilet being flushed.
That's fucking funny.
That's in my notes as discuss the 60s outrage, bracket toilet.
Yeah, like, in that entire fucking opening scene, I thought, like, oh, she's having an affair, and no, she's just having sex with a guy she knows, and she's not married, and neither is he.
I mean, they both had their pants on.
Yeah, they were doing the, like, the Yakuza sex, where Kiryu lies in bed with his suit on.
Yeah. Oh, the suit.
They just kind of thought about it really hard.
So, I want to expand upon this topic. It's interesting to hear this, because I'm kind of approaching this movie from an anachronistic approach due to the fact that I looked up really nothing beforehand, fucked up and did not take any notes, and I'm now just kind of kicking it from my head. This movie was surprisingly tame.
Oh, yeah.
I've always heard of Psycho as this master class in filmmaking, one of the real horror movies that has ever been produced by, like, Golden Age cinema, and it was surprisingly grounded and realistic. And it was kind of a shock, because it made me kind of reflect upon what I expect from media.
I think that was actually supposed to be part of what is so terrifying, is that there's a level of realism where you have to look at it and like, oh god, somebody could actually be out there and have this kind of fucking mentality.
And it works. It plays to its strength, absolutely. I won't say I found Psycho...
The first 40 minutes of the movie, you're thinking she's the psycho because she's the main character, but then the twist happens and there's another psycho.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think any of us were thinking that because we all had outer knowledge, but that's what, like...
Well, I thought she was psycho for committing a crime.
Yeah, she's terrible jaywalker.
I didn't know you were from the 60s.
I always figured she'd be, like the famous shower victim, but I did not expect the shower scene to happen, like, 40 minutes in. I've never seen Psycho,
50 minutes.
40 or 50. It happens relatively, like, in the middle of the film instead of later than I was expecting.
Alfred does advertisement, like, for this, before it fucking came out. And he's, like, hyping it up by, like, describing and telling you what's going to happen. But, like, that he kind of, like, cuts himself off on a couple of occasions, like, during the fucking ad for the movie, because he's like, this is where he,
You know.
And then, over here is when,
it happens.
just like Joe Biden trying to sell his movie.
And here is where the thing happens. And then over here, it's whatever.
And then she...
and then we remember when she did that.
Yeah, I was, the concept of Psycho that was in my mind is there's a bunch of people in the motel and Norman Bates kills them one by one.
Yeah,
that's not at all what happens.
I mean, that's kind of what happens.
It's not really. It's
there's one person in the... I was genuinely surprised that there was a second kill in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, the only movies I've ever really watched are slashers, right? So I feel like I went into this because I've heard people go like, oh, Psycho is the slasher. It's the slasher before slashers, right?
Right.
So I went in there expecting, like like Slarv said, like a bunch of kills, right? But then there was 2, and it wasn't a slasher even slightly.
I kind of went into the movie expecting it to be something like a slasher, and for the famous shower scene to happen towards the end, because just my only interaction with Psycho beforehand has ever been through pop culture and how pop culture portrays the media. And that's like the big, famous scene from that movie. And I feel like I naturally expected it to come more at the end.
So the movie starts up, immediately gets a scene, and you're like, all right, I'm done. So let's wrap this up.
The fucking scene came on, I was like kind of 40 minutes in, and I was like, I don't got fucking time for this. Might blew my load already.
I was,
in the theater.
This is just like Norman Bates.
There isn't his last name.
I was
Bates.
surprised at how tense the opening got me. Because, like, the build-up, they build it up for, like, 50 minutes, and this lady cannot fucking act natural to save her life.
I love that when she was, like, talking to the cop on the side of the road, I was sitting there just going, like, you are, like, a white lady. You could get out of the situation so easily, and you were instead acting like the most suspicious person known to man.
She also didn't do anything, like, even remotely suspicious. Until she got the cop comes up to her, and she's like, "You didn't see anything, did you?"
What the fuck was that cop's problem, actually?
He didn't wind up doing anything. He just fucking looked at her for a while.
And then he fucking followed her to the car salesman.
I kind of expected the cop to, like, come back and be like, oh, it's the one that's going to arrest Norman Bates. And then that's just not what happened. He was just there to look at Marion.
Interesting side plot, I will say.
He was
fucking.
his
whole
whole
had
role.
no prevalence to anything psycho related.
Hey, Manthor, Manthor, I got a question for you. What city does this movie take place in?
Oh, dude, I don't fucking remember.
I remember.
I thought it was slick.
No, I'm gonna be outright honest with you. I watched this, like, fucking last weekend, and I've slept since then. I've gone to work since then. So this is why I said I regret not taking notes. I'm just kind of doing this a little bit off memory.
Well,
I kind of believe you.
No, here's the thing, though. I also forgot to take notes.
Hey! We can both fucking just kind of act suspicious together.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm already in a bad spot to begin with.
Yeah, you opened with, like, hey, everybody be suspicious of me.
I still think it was a purposeful tactic. I don't think Smash is imposter. I think
that could be a really smart gambit. I think that could be a really smart gambit, but it is also exactly what Smash would do if he was the imposter.
So anyway,
you don't know with him.
I took note of the location.
I also knew the location.
So the reason I remember the location is because it's Phoenix, Arizona, and the reason I remember is because in my notes I just wrote birds, and then I drew a little bird next to it.
Hey,
you know what? Manthor, I'm not gonna lie, we probably could have figured out it was Phoenix, Arizona from the fact that it was pointed out
in the beginning,
earlier via some. Yeah, it was Phoenix,
it got mentioned.
Like, I'm not. Yeah, it was literally said.
Yeah, Arizona, like, top 50 worst states. This wouldn't have happened in Hawaii.
I'm Australian. I have, like, no reference for any American. You could just tell me any state is the worst one, and I'll believe you.
Let me go ahead and explain something about Phoenix, Arizona. It is uninhabitable. So, being Australian, you should know exactly what this is like.
Honestly, you would probably fit right.
It's Queensland.
Phoenix. Yeah.
Yes, it's Queensland, actually.
Violent people, hostile environment.
Phoenix, Arizona is a place where
it gets so hot you could just fucking put a frying pan out in the sun, just crack an egg, and it starts cooking.
Kinzie, does Australia have a bad, like, drug problem? Is there a lot of meth in your area?
Yeah.
Perfect. You would fit right in at Phoenix, Arizona.
That's just like the entire Southwest, honestly.
That is kind of just the Southwest.
Yes.
I think what we've learned is people do meth to cope with the heat.
So, I knew, like, nothing about Psycho outside of the iconic stuff. I didn't know that the main character was, like, on the run. which is cool.
Yeah.
I liked that, and it made it real tense. Because, like, even before the titular psycho showed up, I was like, what the fuck is your problem?
It doesn't take very long for, like, shit to escalate, and then it just fucking goes from 0 to 100.
No.
Yeah.
She actually fucking checks in. It's fucking wild.
I really liked how the music was used. I like that the psycho strings. Everybody knows the psycho strings. I like that it was a thing to keep in mind with Psycho is and with Hitchcock in general is like Hitchcock was kind of like a pioneer of a lot of things, you know?
He invented the hamburger.
Yeah. That's real.
What?
He did.
What?
That's true.
Yeah.
What? What?
Hitchcock invented the hamburger.
Hitchcock,
how wouldn't you,
when he was...
Can somebody explain what that means?
When Hitchcock was, he was in Japan filming a Godzilla movie, which is real, you can look it up. And
you said that so
he basically, the Japanese have a food called the Hamburg steak, and he decided, like, let's put this on a bun, and he invented the hamburger.
Okay, so Hitchcock invented cinema, and he invented the hamburger?
Yep.
The Hamburglar is actually based
I was gonna go on a
Hitchcock.
tangent.
He also had a radio show where he,
That's why the
like,
Hamburglar is dressed like a thief, because he stole the show.
Yeah.
He put a ton
Absolutely.
of money into promoting the first Sibian on his radio show in the early 2000s, and that was his gimmick.
Did you know Hamburg, Germany is named after Alfred Hitchcock's creation?
See, I was gonna go on a tangent about, like, different things Hitchcock did for film, and now I've lost it. Now I've lost it completely, because I'm never gonna get over the fact that he invented the fucking hamburger.
He invented the hamburger and the Sibian.
I hope you're not fucking with me, because I believe you.
I am fucking with you, which is, like, my handicap for this is that I just, like, naturally, it rolled off the tongue.
I'm gullible. So fuck you.
Literally, there's 3 of us all agreeing about this stupid bullshit, and you're just like, wow.
You should have fucking gotten a red flag earlier. I feel like you should have gotten a red flag when I said that the Hamburglar was based off of Hitchcock.
You probably should have picked it up right after I said he invented
about the fucking movie.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, the movie.
Please, I want to talk about the movie. I like movies.
Sorry. I'm just hungry, I think.
Well, why don't you get a fucking hamburger then?
Let me go grab a Hitchcock.
I wanna discuss an aspect of the movie that I found interesting. What do we think about the fucking tangent Norman went on about his, like, mother and being institutionalized when Marianne was
I think that in the 60s, being institutionalized was like being put in the hole. So
it's either that or you went to college, I can't tell which.
They did that to me.
Do you think it's like a natural reaction to, like, the stigma around being institutionalized at that time, or do you think it's a subtle hint that he was institutionalized at a point?
I think it's both. I think it's meant to be both. I think it's meant to read as like, oh, he's bulking from that because being institutionalized. Like, the idea of putting his mother in an institution would be like sentencing her to death. But then also, once you know, like, the thing about Norman, then it becomes, oh, he reacted like that because he was institutionalized.
I kind of figured it was a reaction
like,
from being institutionalized off the get-go simply because of how worked up he gets about it. I feel like there's a different reaction you get whenever you're considering an idea versus when you're recalling.
I'm sorry for
to be
going on
fair,
tangents, but you said he was bulking, and I immediately thought that he was sneaking protein powder.
No.
Norman's currently on his fucking bulk.
No,
he's
dude,
Norman, like, a new PR on his deadlifts.
He's working on his Norman Batings.
He's trying to get to the 2000s club. Norman Bulk's got some Norman fucking abs.
Listen, Norman is like the scrawniest wet cat.
Yeah, I know. Which is
hold on. Speaking of that, can we talk about the fucking absolute homoerotic tension between Sam and Norman Bates?
Dude, I was thinking about the homoerotic tension between, like, Norman and the first girl when he was talking to her.
I don't think that's homoerotic.
It had, like, that coding.
Trust me.
This very straight interaction was very gay-coded.
Yeah.
This is the gayest straight interaction I've ever seen.
Finally,
let me look at my notes.
Finally, Yowie for straight
I got my notes. Norman Bates is baby girl. Next line, quote, "You eat like a bird, fucking soaked." And then the next line is, "We all go a little mad sometimes, Sigma edit."
Oh, yeah, no, that line was hard as fuck. I feel like...
I have in my notes, after we film the show, look up Norman Bates on Tumblr, because I need to know if people are editing, like,
There's
baby
no
girl
way
images
they
of
are.
him.
I once again bring up Bates Motel and how much everybody wanted to fuck Norman Bates in that goddamn show.
He looks too much like Leon Kennedy for people not to want to fuck him.
Precisely, especially this 60 renditions.
I want to see baby girl edits with the original Norman. I wrote down the actors. Hold on. Anthony Perkins. Shout out to Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins is a very fuckable twink, and there's no better way that it's exemplified than by Psycho.
I also really liked a lot of his, like, face acting, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I didn't expect... So I kind of have, like, a thesis when it comes to old media. This is a little bit of an unstructured conversation. But, you know...
Yeah, at this point.
I have a bit of a thesis. Yeah, you guys convinced me that fucking Hitchcock invented the hamburger. I'm fucked. Yeah. Everyone's gonna think I'm stupid. Anyway, I have a thesis when it comes to old movies that, so people will say, oh, this didn't age well. This hasn't aged. I don't think a story really ages. Obviously, there are exceptions. Like, I'm just gonna out myself here. In Homestuck, they keep referencing fucking Bill Cosby, and that sure didn't age well.
Shit, it's topical.
But
the Homestuck part, not the Bill Cosby part.
Kinzie, what other ways do you think we can relate Homestuck to Norman Bates? Namely, the struggle between John Egbert and Norman's mental condition.
I'm moving on. I'm not taking the Norman Bates.
Come on.
What would Norman Bates typing
fucking John is so Norman coded.
I'm not doing this. I regret.
No. Norman is so Vriska coded.
Anyway,
I think
please,
the typing
please.
code could be that little squiggly that goes after sentences to signify.
Please
like,
let me finish my thesis.
Norman would end every sentence with a tilde.
My thesis.
Oh yeah, sorry. Carry on with your thesis.
Oh yeah, so I don't think a story really ages, right? So like, I think a lot of this movie is just really good, and I think there's a lot of people who wouldn't watch this movie because it's like, oh, it's from the 60s. But like, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it holds up pretty well. Like, when I was a kid, my mom would always have on these silent black and white westerns, so that like kind of colored my perception of black and white movies as being really boring and being westerns. So like, to see a black and white movie that kept my attention was like, wow.
It was also it was black and white as like, you know, it was the 60s, they were obviously color films, but it was black and white as a cost-cutting thing, because like, I believe it was Paramount, if I'm remembering right. Paramount didn't want to fund the movie, so Hitchcock kind of just funded it himself.
Yeah, this was like a lower budget movie. I don't know how I'm gonna get it on track back to the first scene so that I can talk about this. All the sandwiches in this movie look fucking disgusting. Like, they look like such shit. They look fucking bad.
Do not let bro
I mean,
cook.
I would fuck them up, but like, I don't have standards.
To compound on the earlier, I honestly kind of found it a little bit boring.
Yeah?
And I would argue this is more an issue with me than it is an issue with the movie. I feel like in some ways, how much I did enjoy this movie has been a little bit ruined by how modern movies kind of present themselves, especially movies that are high class for our current time period, right?
So you are not impressed by like Godzilla vs. King Kong in its first.
I haven't seen Godzilla vs. King Kong in its first rendition.
Yeah, me neither.
That's
okay.
Me neither.
I'll say
So, you think
the movie really picked up after the fucking Marianne is murdered, because ultimately the tension for me started to get more palpable. One thing Hitchcock does very well in this movie is just build tension and tell a story.
So it's like having a plate of spaghetti, but then you switch to pesto.
I mean, I feel like he at least builds tension well. The story might have been a little bit hit or miss, but I don't think it needed to be anything grand.
For me, I feel the opposite. I think that, like, after the first killing, it kind of deflated for me. Like, I was really, the tension really got me for the whole build-up to the first one, even though I knew exactly what was going to happen. And I think, like, that was just, like, the curveball of, oh, I didn't know she fucking, like, was the only person here, and also she stole $1 million.
It was, like, knowing the movie continues past her death kind of pulled me a little bit back in. Because I had no real frame of reference for everything else that happened or how the movie was going to go. I genuinely felt like a solid sense of anticipation as fucking Marianne's sister, I forget her first name, is digging through Norman's house. She finds the impression on the bed. Sam is really trying to sweet-talk Norman into an afternoon by the pool.
So they can have gay sex.
She's fucking hurrying. Yeah. And then she gets down to the basement, to the fruit cellar, and, like, the actual build-up to her, the fucking corpse turning around.
The jump scare.
No, it's not even a jump scare. She touches his shoulder, and then it wheels around on a swivel chair to face her.
The skeleton.
I had seen that face before. I did not know that face was from Psycho.
I've seen it too, and I didn't know it was from Psycho. So it was a mix of emotions. There's some genuine anticipation from, like, the actual build-up to the reveal. Then the reveal happened, and it faded away. No, what the fuck is this? Because I wasn't expecting it to just swivel around like that. And then it immediately went to recognition of, like, oh, I've seen that fucking desecrated corpse on the internet before.
Popeye's chicken biscuits.
Smash. I feel like I keep talking over you. I want to know some of your thoughts.
Yeah, Smash. Tell us, how much money did Marianne steal?
He just said $1 million. Is that not right?
Yeah.
That's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
That's wrong. Okay.
Fuck, I thought it was like somewhere in the thousands.
I'd like to kind of actually jump back to the beginning of the movie. Smash, how do you feel about the whole car dealership scene?
I actually kind of like the tension in that. Where they're really freaking out. They've constantly got this thought of, like, I'm going to be caught, 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 I'm going to be caught. And though I do think there's a little bit of, like, lack of realism in that aspect, like, as far as the dealership thing went, because, first of all, you go to a dealership and they're going to be pushing for credit cards, okay, or, like, some sort of,
no, you need to consider, it's the 60s and women weren't allowed to have credit cards yet.
Alright, well, to which I guess he did ask the question, is it just, like, you that's, purchasing the vehicle? Or, like, are you going to have somebody co-sign it with you or whatever? Or, like, just got cash?
I was kind of baffled by how fast the whole interaction went. The whole time, I just kind of kept thinking how bullshit it was. Like,
because people ask questions all the time about that shit, specifically because people who pay for a whole-ass vehicle, and fucking investigators look into shit like this all the fucking time.
Dude, it's like in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. How the fuck did Raoul Duke get, like, 3 cars in the span of this
exactly.
How did this happen?
Let that fly. There's no way it's gonna...
When I was a kid, we had this class called Real Life. I was homeschooled, and the homeschool cover center had a class called Real Life, where they showed us this guy named Dave Ramsey's financial tips to survive in the real world. And one of his tips was you need to pay for your car and your house with cash in person. So, Dave Ramsey disagrees with the Smash. Dave Ramsey thinks you could show up with the Yakuza Zero briefcase.
I feel like I just got
to a car
punched in the face like 3 times during that sentence. I did not know where it was going.
I don't know how much of that is real. I have much of that.
That's all real.
I don't believe you fully. I'm gonna be honest. You fucking done this before. I have no idea how much of that is bait.
Norman Bates.
That part is real. Dave Ramsey, he
I
thinks
know,
that...
Dave Ramsey's too specific. I think
Dave Ramsey's real.
I don't think Dave Ramsey is real. I am calling you
I'm going to find Dave Ramsey after this podcast, and I'm going to ask him.
I want to hear Dave Ramsey recommend I buy my car and pay for my house mortgage in cash up front.
Don't do that.
Yeah, just don't have a car until you save up $20,000.
You gotta buy the car outright. It has to be yours in this bitch of an earth.
Yeah,
I don't remember the last time I saw cash.
Well, yeah, because cashback, we have passive income now. That was before Dave Ramsey's, ahead of Dave Ramsey's time.
Yeah, this is the 60s, so...
Dave Ramsey, if he had cashback...
Times have changed. I believe I have a...
In the 60s, their cashback options were even worse. like, they didn't even have Discover Card Plus. They only had, like, American
And remember,
Express.
women couldn't have any of this. Women couldn't have credit cards till, like, the 70s, I think.
Yeah, women couldn't drive either, which is how you know the movie was fictional. They had to include that because of the Hays Code.
Yeah, you can tell the movie is fictional because she went to the car dealership and the car guy, instead of doing a spiel, he didn't just go, "Woman!" and then call the cops.
Oh, woman!
Maybe that's why the cop was so suspicious of her.
Lady, are you here with your husband? No, I'm just here by myself. Holy shit, a woman here by herself! Quick,
Hot
officer!
Dog.
Maybe that was the officer's fucking problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm
she
thinking.
Was by herself and driving.
It was just like, I see a woman.
I think the officer just saw... Yeah, the officer just sees a woman unaccompanied, and,
He just immediately like,
he's just
I'm gonna make my fucking night tonight.
I'm gonna make a problem.
I'm gonna fuck with somebody tonight. It's gonna be
I'm
funny.
gonna have all the fixins.
On my
That's
awful
awful.
sandwich.
Yeah. Those sandwiches are so shit, like, fucking... that, like, you look at... That was, like, first fucking note. Because the first frame is her shit sandwich wrapped in... While she's having sex, she's just got the sandwich by the bed. Either throw it out or get a different one, lady. That sandwich, you paid
fucking
$20.
I've
never just been
never
fucking
heard
like eating a sandwich.
of an energy booster. Like, do you know how much fucking energy sex takes? I'm gonna have a goddamn sandwich on standby. It's gonna be my sex sandwich.
It should be a better sandwich.
That sandwich didn't have
It should
anything
be a
in
better
it.
sandwich.
It was like a
It might
mayonnaise
have been
sandwich.
like an egg salad
Fucking
sandwich.
look. Are you gonna?
I mean, to my knowledge,
yeah. Are
like,
you?
that's what American sandwiches are like.
Wait.
Back in the
hold up.
60s, they had sandwiches that were 2 slices of white bread, a single piece of ham in between them, and that was lunch.
You just
Yummy.
believe that all American sandwiches are like egg salad sandwiches? Just that's all we got over here.
Yeah, I'm inventing new
We
stereotypes.
Americans fucking
you-
love egg
You
salad.
never thought maybe we got like a meatball sub somewhere?
No, I'm inventing
Maybe
new
some chicken
stereotypes
parm.
based solely on the shit sandwiches of the movie Psycho.
Oh,
So the funny thing
Pull
about
up a picture
that,
of a sandwich.
hold on, the funny thing about that is that if you replace egg salad with coleslaw, that's an entirely correct Southern stereotype.
Nobody eats a coleslaw
Fuck,
sandwich.
it's a coleslaw
Fucking,
sandwich.
I've seen people eat
I don't-
coleslaw
What's
sandwich.
happening
I think
there?
I'm
That's not a thing.
I'm the outlier.
I have seen it.
Are you,
I have
are
seen
y'all
that
okay?
happen.
No, I'm surrounded by coleslaw.
What you've seen is a shitty barbecue sandwich, Manthor.
You know what? That's not probably too far off the mark because, like, I've only ever seen this in, like, fucking more rural areas down here. And they're always usually at, like, shitty barbecue places.
Yeah, that's just a
I
barbecue
love this
sandwich
part
without
of
much
the
meat.
podcast.
Well, it relates to Psycho because when you think about meat, and you think about too much meat, that's what Norman had on his hands after the body. And, he had
Can we
to
talk
dispose
about
of
how
it.
fucking bullshit that swamp was? How the fuck is that swamp gonna swallow that whole car and
That
not
tar
think about
pit ass
I like
swamp.
that it
Yeah.
Yeah,
looks like
what
it's
the
just
fuck?
not gonna. And then, like, they clearly brought in another shot
It
of
just
it
does.
sinking.
Oh.
It's like implied he has like a couple bodies in
Mm.
there, and like presumably a couple cars. So like he's got a
He's
tar
been
pit.
doing this
That's
for a while.
that's a
He's
tar
gonna
pit.
run out of space.
Like, how the fuck... He's got at least, like, 4 cars down there and at least 4 bodies.
His problem
that he
is that he's killing
implied
too
by
many people
fucking
and not drinking
Marion
off enough.
Abergast and the 2, like, teenage girls that went missing. And somehow that fucking bullshit tar pit swamp can fit 4 cars.
That boy can fit so
completely.
many vehicles.
And he doesn't seem to have any plans to, like, not do the car thing. I'm pretty sure if he killed a 5th person,
Well, he has
he'd
no
do
plan.
the car thing again. Yeah, like, I think the thing is, like, he doesn't have a plan, because, like, Norman isn't cognizant of the fact that he's doing the murders, you know? So he just comes to and there's a body there, and he's like, gotta wrap up another body for mommy.
Speaking of the whole coming to and realizing he's got to do it for mom, one aspect that I do kind of appreciate is how towards the end they really sell Norman's psychosis by having his inner monologue be of his old elderly mother.
Yeah. I do like...
I really like the ending monologue.
Like the Norman Bates one, I do like that. I wouldn't even hurt a fly.
Barely, kind of related, but part of the reason why it was somewhat difficult for me to take this movie seriously is that both on-screen deaths are so goofy as fuck.
Yeah, that's the In my notes, I have, like, most of the movie aged well, except for the murder effects. There's the thing where it's, like, apparently it was chocolate syrup was what was used for the blood.
Yeah.
Because, it's black and white, it doesn't matter.
Right. I'm more so thinking of just the actors acting out the dying. There's something really funny about, like, the image of Marion just kind of going, no! And throwing her hands out everywhere as she, like, turns to make sure the stabber can get her back.
Can you hit me with the loofah while you're back there?
She's just, like, fucking spinning around in a circle, like, yes, stab me everywhere.
And remember, audiences at the time, this is, like, the most violent thing the audiences in the theater have ever fucking seen in their lives.
Right.
Yeah, this was slaughtered vomit dolls to 60s people.
And on some level, I understand that, but that's also why I opened up with saying I'm not intending to, but I am approaching this movie with something of an anachronistic lens. It's just, I don't watch a whole lot of movies to begin with. I'm not like an old cinema buff, but what I have watched is very different compared to what used to be on the silver screen before. So it is kind of
your imposter points just like rocketed up from saying on the silver screen, buddy.
It's a real fucking phrase.
That's a real phrase. I've heard that.
That's like something
I
that
would
they
say
fucking say in articles. That's not
some
a word.
Some of us
It's
talk like magazine
fucking
articles. Some of us are dorks. It's fine.
You wrote a script ahead of time.
Yeah, look, alright. Fucking my strength in every goddamn English class I've ever had to take in any, like, class schooling scenario has always been these fucking essay report. I am conjuring that energy for this. I'm gonna share my thoughts in a detailed and concise manner. I'm gonna fucking speak like I'm writing an academic paper.
I mean, we kind of haven't been. We've just been kind of.
So you did not like the movie, man.
It's not that I didn't like the movie. I don't get me wrong. I understand that it kind of sounds like I'm dogging on the movie, but I'm really not. I'm not trying to, at least. I found the movie to be good. Like I said, story-wise, I feel like the story works. Where the movie really does shine is in its suspense. The initial build-up to the initial murder was great. I felt more invested in the build-up to, like, the actual reveal of Norman's mom, because, like I said, some of it was a little bit boring to me. I didn't really get scared or horrified, but it's the suspense aspect of the whole movie that actually pulled me in.
Yeah. I thought the suspense in, specifically before the murder, right? Before Marion got stabbed. I really liked the conversation with her and Norman, right? Where it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Norman... There was, like, an interesting aspect of this for me, because I'm on the outside, right? It's 2025. Of course I know Norman Bates is the killer. It's 2025, and everything has referenced that. So, like, I had the aspect of, like, I was trying to think about it from the point of view of somebody who didn't know that, and was like, oh, at this point in the movie, I think she's the problem, you know? And, like, I don't know that a murder's coming, and he just kind of seems autistic. Because I also talk like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Build off of that.
You wouldn't hurt a fly.
Alright, that's pretty good.
That's damn true.
But to build off of that, for me, I struggle with trying to view it from a different time point perspective. I went into this as I was. And I knew Norman Bates was the killer. What was suspenseful for me was the build-up to, like, the characterization of Norman building up to the actual murder. It's why I brought up the whole tangent he went on about his mom and being institutionalized.
Yeah, and I like him just kind of, rambling about birds.
Yeah, my brain hooked onto that kind of tangent immediately, because to me that it says a lot about his character. Yeah, I know Norman's the murderer. Yeah, I know he's got some weird thing with his mom, but it's nice to actually see that compounded on instead of it just being set decoration for his psychopathic tendencies.
Yeah, I thought, like...
It makes the whole thing work a little bit better in terms of actually building tension.
I also thought it was interesting, like, I mentioned the face acting before. I really like how often in, like, specifically the conversation Marion and Norman had, I really like how often Marion would say something where she clearly meant it, like, not as a slight, and he would, like, twitch a little bit. He would take
it badly.
Yeah, he wouldn't take it the way she meant it. And I think that's good. I think that also told me a lot about his character.
And then, like halfway through the conversation, she kind of picked up on his freak. And she was starting to throw back a little bit of
her own freak.
The weird responses, too.
Yeah, we gotta keep in mind.
Because she is, in many ways, a psycho herself.
Yeah, we gotta keep in mind, Marion's a fucking freak.
Who would steal money from Doug Dimmadome?
Also said Doug Dimmadome when he showed up on screen.
Counter argument, who wouldn't?
I wouldn't fuck with Doug Dimmadome. That's how you get fucked
Timmy's
up.
Done.
That's how you never welcome back in, like, Townsville.
If Doug Dimmadome hit on me, I would also steal his money.
Yeah. Like, that guy, I typed in my notes, Doug Dimmadome, and then, like, the next line, Doug Dimmadome is a sexual predator.
Doug Dimmadome.
Really quickly, I'm just gonna...
Doug Dimmadiddler.
I'm gonna go back to my notes, right? So my notes go between, like, topics to discuss, right? And then, why is there a Psycho 2? What the fuck?
There's, like, a Psycho 3 as well.
There's a Psycho 4.
There's 4.
And Hitchcock was only on Psycho. He wasn't involved in any of these. So, they aren't real to me.
Do you think
like, it's based on a book.
Yeah, but it's, apparently the
Barbie
movie...
Girl edits of Norman?
Huh?
Do you think there's Barbie Girl edits of Norman?
Oh, there better be.
Not just, like, Baby Girl edits, but, like, specifically Barbie Girl edits.
Listen, if there are not edits of Norman Bates with a flower crown and, like, a pink bow on my desk by the end of the night, I'm firing all of you.
No, look, you're gonna have
part of me
video edits of Norman Bates and fucking birds.
Part of me thought that the big twist at the end, they were gonna, like, see Norman in the dress and be like, oh my god, he's gay!
Apparently, at the time, part of the controversy was that there was, like, a rumor that Norman Bates' actor was gay, and that this was, like, a pro-gay movie. And, like, Hitchcock was notably like, pro-gay, you know?
He was professional?
He was in the big leagues of taking it.
He invented the Sibian.
He was in the swollen leagues.
Yeah, he was the first openly gay man to invent the hamburger. I don't think Hitchcock himself was gay. But, like, so Anthony Perkins, I don't think he was actually gay. He was just kind of pretty. But, like, part of the controversy was, like, oh my god, they're showing homosexual activity on the silver screen, and then they have the psychiatrist specifically say it wasn't homosexual activity.
The tension, though, between Sam and fucking Norman while the woman's investigating the cabins and shit.
No, that's just how dudes were in the 60s.
I don't know, man. Sam wanted Norman then and there. I don't think that's just how... I
think that's just how dudes talked in the 60s.
I think this is just, like, one of the dudes' rock stories of all time. Minus all of the, like, killing and stuff.
This would have been a very different movie if Sam and Norman just fell in love.
This would have been a very different movie if everybody was at summer camp.
This would have been a very different movie if it was a different movie.
I think the problem is if...
let's
say hypothetically that they did end up falling in love. She still died.
Yeah.
That's not up to
so,
him.
like, hear me out. Alternate ending to Psycho. Sam and Norman fall into, like, a Will and fucking Hannibal situation, and Sam becomes Norman's murder hobo boyfriend.
What about Norbit Bates?
Eddie Murphy plays a white man.
I mean, I jerked off to her with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I need Mads Mikkelsen as Norman Bates. I need Mads Mikkelsen to play Norman fucking Bates.
I need nobody.
Yes, mother.
I need nobody to play Norman Bates because I don't want any more Psycho content. We have Psycho. No more. Why is there a show remake of Psycho?
Yeah, I want a very avant-garde Psycho where Norman Bates is replaced by Danny DeVito. I think.
No. Marion is replaced by Danny DeVito, and then her sister is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The twins.
Hear me out. Marion is Jack Black.
Yeah.
Her sister is Danny DeVito, and fucking Jason Momoa plays Norman Bates.
So, according to my recording, we can now start wildly accusing each other.
Alright, I'm going first. It has been some deliberation during all of this, but my money is on Smash. I think Smash did a 4D bait in the beginning to make us, announce he was the imposter. To make us think he wasn't the imposter through some ridiculous mind game.
That was a genuine fucking question.
I think...
My main reasoning for him being the imposter, hold on, is that he has managed to go most of this conversation without providing any input.
I'm trying not to talk over everybody. I keep stopping myself.
Yeah, we're interrupting.
I think that's a smokescreen. We are interrupting. It's a bit of a problem.
I think
that
only the imposter would accuse somebody first. I think you're trying to get the heat off yourself, Manthor.
I have been looking between Manthor and Smash the whole time.
If you have to point the finger, feel free to point it at me. Only because I do appreciate pointing at Manthor, but that's still jumping the gun. I don't want to be unfair.
I think... I don't think it's Smash. I'm gonna be nice. I don't think it's Smash because, you haven't said that much, right? Because we do keep interrupting and you're nice. But you've done enough direct quotes that I think you did see the movie.
Smash, he was on his feet a little bit during the car thing, but he didn't fumble it.
Yeah.
He was a little, he gave a little and ah, and I was chuckling to myself, but he did handle it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
If he read, then he read. Then he got some stuff correct. But he was also kind of suspicious at the start there, because, he was going with the, at the car scene where she's acting suspicious and everybody's doing a thing and there's stuff in the scene.
I'm going to be charitable. I think that was just stuttering.
I don't know.
Smash, what do you think?
Every right. Just point the finger at me.
You better not vote yourself.
Fucking alright. I'm gonna...
That would be a Smash thing to do.
4D play.
The 4D play would be to accuse himself and still be wrong.
That's what I do. You know what? Fuck you, Manthor. You pointed the finger at me. I'm pointing at you now. Just because I feel like now it's fair. That way it's up to these two. Fuck.
I think it's Manthor. That is my... the thing that's made me the most suspicious is you said you're good at essays. And I know the art of bullshitting an essay last minute for something that you did not read or watch. And so I think you might just be really good at that. I'm gonna get your ass, Manthor. I'm gonna get your ass.
So, it's 2 for Manthor and 1 for Smash. I don't really know how we do tiebreakers.
Kill each other.
So, if I voted Smash, then it would be a tie. If I voted Manthor...
There's gotta be, some competition me and Smash can do.
Yeah, related to, movie knowledge.
Oh god, no, please not related to movie knowledge.
It has to... You two are on
just
equal
like a
ground?
sudden death round.
Neither of you took notes.
That's actually pretty fucking fair. I didn't even look.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a tie, then it's a sudden death question round from the people who aren't in the tie.
I think it's pretty fair.
Okay. Yeah,
I know enough about the movie. I'll be fine.
In that case, I'll vote Smash, so we can get the questions going.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, who's gonna ask the first question?
It's like the money question again. I'm like, all right, longest.
Where does Sam work?
The one that took all of the money. It's like this fucking corporation thing. It's like she was supposed to take the.
No, that's not Sam. No, Sam's the boyfriend.
Oh.
Where does the boyfriend work?
I don't remember where the boyfriend works. I know the main reason the movie starts is that he wants to get the fuck out, and he needs, some money to do it. So she just kind of steals off her head.
I don't even know if it's explicitly told me at what point what fucking job he has.
What is the name of the detective?
Arbogast.
Hey, is this for me or you?
Okay,
I thought it was for both of us.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm changing my vote to Manthor. I think it's Manthor. He read that on Letterboxd.
I have...
Okay.
So have we switched to Manthor? We're voting for Manthor?
I've switched my vote. I think it's Manthor.
Alright, Manthor, you're outnumbered.
Well,
are you the imposter, Manthor?
No.
No?
No?
No.
I'm
Was
so
Smash?
good at bullshit.
Yeah, I believed in you. I fought for you. Even after you tried to convince me that Hitchcock invented the fucking hamburger.
I'm really good at bullshit. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna come kick you with a dick.
I want you to know, I saw you pulling the fucking "he wouldn't hurt a fly" quote back from what Kinzie said earlier in the episode.
What is that?
I know you heard
so
that.
I said that for a different reason.
I didn't even fucking hear it.
I said that because I do remember one outside piece of media. It was this fucking episode of South Park referencing Psycho, where there's the Chinese, Chinese guy with the multi-personality.
Yeah.
The episode is like, he wouldn't even hurt a fry. I was thinking of that, like, oh, that was Psycho.
I actually saw that episode pretty recently.
Convinced that he watched fucking clips on YouTube or some shit.
I didn't.
Because
so I will say the beginning where I asked the question, that was genuine. I have no idea what the fuck a letterbox is. I have.
So you just won on ultra hard mode.
Oh,
so,
did you do any research?
No, I was picking up social cues.
You didn't even know the movie.
I literally did not know the movie until we went in. I'm just like, the fuck is it? Oh, that's that one commercial thing I remember seeing. I remember
fucking bullshit. No,
I remember Alfred Hitchcock's commercial. So I'm like, all right, I can work with this.
Oh, Manthor, I'm sorry.
Fuck off.
Okay.
Research. That is impressive, but also fuck
Smash. Yeah. You're the impostor winner. Ooh. Do you have a movie lined up that you want to make us watch?
I almost want to say King Kong vs. Godzilla because we talked about it at the beginning, but hold on, let me look at the list. I'm not.
You did a slam dunk, and also I think 30 minutes is too much now. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You get 10 minutes on Letterboxd. And if it's a popular movie like Psycho, you get none.
Oh, no.
You fucked us.
I fucked it up for everybody.
No.
You fucked
us.
Okay,
look, everybody else is like, no.
Smash is a fucking outlier, alright?
That I do agree with
Not
that, though.
Not all of us are great with bullshitting. I feel like...
Alright, well, we'll get a few more, but I do think 10 minutes is the way to go.
Give me at least 15.
Yeah, split the difference, 15.
I feel like that's fair. Because, honestly, I'm fucking... Everybody should know at this point, I'm real good at bullshit.
Yeah, you
so convinced me that...
You three convinced me that Hitchcock invented the hamburger.
Next week, tentatively, I don't know what our schedule's going to be for uploads or whatever, but next episode is Young Frankenstein. And you'll get to meet more of our extended cast. Thank you, Smash.
Thank you.
Thanks, Smash.
Thanks for believing my bullshit.
Thank you for listening, and bye.